that it wouldn't.
We forgot to do the bypass.
That's the triple bypass.
The triple bypass.
Today is a triple bypass
That's
surgery.
right. That was
you got one more chamber left. Don't fuck this one up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
One shot for glory.
Yeah.
Money shot.
Money shot time.
Spew it.
That's
Make it sticky.
good old jelly bags.
Jelly jugs. that was one of my favorite things. Me and Allison were just recounting that story the other day, where we were like, "Don't say that." We had to catch it. It almost blew all up.
It's all about the explosion, and it's all about the interception.
That's right.
That's what you need to remember, everybody. Once this is ready, we're going to start the actual show.
Is the Facebook on yet?
It's on.
Oh, okay.
Well, YouTube. Facebook doesn't allow us on anymore
Oh, really?
because we don't have 100 followers, Chris.
Oh.
Apparently,
So how are you supposed to get followers if you can't?
yeah, exactly right. This was my question to them as well.
Why are they making it behind a not a paywall, but a grind wall? I guess it could
Because you
be
have to
a
be
paywall.
famous to be able to be famous.
That's the
right.
thing. That's it's so weird. It's you have to have experience to get a job when you haven't had a job before.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to get the experience?
It lends legitimacy to the people who already have the qualifications.
Yes. How am I it's so insane. How am I even supposed to pay for it? I can't go do this podcast for free somewhere that will then give me the qualifications.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
right.
It's not like the working world where you can just internship.
You
Where's the
gotta
internship for this hosting on
You
Facebook?
need to know 100 people that give a shit.
That's right.
that remotely give a shit.
Apparently,
100.
100 is
Can't get
apparently a
100
low
together.
bar.
Yeah, but I think it's less than that to get something put into
Yeah.
into as an act of Congress.
You need 100 friends to be considered a person.
I got published. I was published in a book for that had less
Thanks,
approval.
Obama.
Fucking God damn it!
Yeah, he
You're
started.
not. You don't get human rights if you don't.
Again.
I swear to God, you
100
better
friends.
pull up your Facebook friends.
You're not allowed to
list.
talk to anybody unless you have 100 friends.
100 friends are dashed. That's it. Yeah.
We'll do a reversible procedure. Cut your vocal cords out. We'll hold them. We'll freeze them in storage. We'll put them back in if you get 100 friends. Well, how am I supposed to make friends if I can't talk to them?
Well,
That's your problem.
hopefully you have made your investments well.
We're not here to
See what a
figure that out
cruise-
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, this is America.
Yeah, pull yourself up by your own fucking
That's right.
vocal cord.
That's right. You can grow new ones. I've seen some weird Chinese herbs. They can do it. Doctor's in the house, and we're gonna start the show. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Here we go. This thing better fucking work this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then... Wait! What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
A fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay then. Hail to the king, baby.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Come on, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
And who friggin' cares, Chris?
Who gives a flying Chris is what I say to any joker that tries to come up to me with lollygagging about some sort of tomfoolery. Not in my house.
Carpetbaggers. Swindlers.
Hornswogglers.
Scamps.
Scallywags.
That's it. Not today. Not in Joe Biden.
Robber barons.
Not in Joe Biden's America.
Only in Joe Biden's America. I was reflecting on the fragility and just the insanely indecipherably accidental nature of existence.
Yeah.
And this is what we choose to spend our time doing.
Yeah.
Our precious time. We all get not even 100 years.
As I watch Joe Biden's face frozen and wilting like a bouquet in the sun. Okay. I began to draw back and think, it's a good thing that our body adjusts to stimuli.
Mhm.
That way, we're not constantly under the bombardment of all of this.
Just
sensory
wide-eyed,
information.
screaming existential terror.
Because at that
Curled in a
point,
ball.
at some point,
Oh,
we
yeah.
would become aware of how fast we're flying through space.
Oh
And
yeah.
that alone would be mortifying.
I think a lot
Would
of
be
people.
distracting at the very
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
It seems like a lot of people are born with like capacitors on their ability to really
Right.
comprehend a lot of
It's
stuff like
true.
that. So
Half of those are broken.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah, they're set way too low. It's like you can't. You just like a ball hits them in the face, and they're like, "Hello." You just got hit by a foul ball. Your nose is twisted into a pile of nasty garbage and cartilage.
No, I'm not hungry.
Take me out to the ball game. All right, we
You're
move
at
away.
the ball game.
Quality assurance was off that day. It was a holiday in heaven. So the whole stamping process gets automated.
They had to leave him in his fucked up
It
body,
was one of the 90% that got skipped.
clinically dead.
Clinically dead.
I'm just going to reply to all.
You're legally a person. That's the best we can do.
Sure, whatever. Said.
Good enough. ENUF.
Sounds good.
Oh.
See
ever-
you Monday.
Maybe our creators really are like terrible at their job.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to put the reject somewhere, and why not film it? So I
Here we
think that's
are.
been our whole drive towards the culture that we have and everything. It's just intergalactic, perhaps, entertainment, depending upon if they figured out how to get through all of those solar winds with the radio signals. Maybe they don't even use
Set
radio
your
signals.
sails up.
That's
Catch
right.
a little bit of the
Yeah,
solar
that's
winds.
right. Yeah, I mean, if you could get those atoms.
And the solar winds. Sinatra sang about that, didn't he? Or was that Dean Martin?
Well,
Which of the raps was it?
I'm pretty sure that Rob Halford sang about this.
Oh.
Solar winds,
Yeah.
I'm blowing. It's in Dreamer Deceiver.
Oh,
I believe. Yeah.
Didn't even know that was about our existence.
There you go.
it
It's
is. It was
all
deep.
in
It's
there.
deeper than you would
didn't-
ever believe.
Yeah, you had no idea, and now you do, and that's what we're
That's
here.
what Rob
we're here-
Halford's good
we're
at.
here to
Keep
enlighten
going
you.
deep.
Yeah, we're here to enlighten everybody.
Why is that funny, Chris?
Chris,
I
explain
was
that,
thinking about
explain
something
that to
else.
us, Chris. Funny how? Like what? I'm a clown. I amuse you.
I really want a suit.
No, you're more of a sad clown to me.
That's good. At least you see me for who I am.
I got to get one of those shirts with the big collars that hide most of the tie.
Yeah.
It's only a hint of one
You,
underneath
you
of those.
want it? Yes, exactly right. Like I'm relatively normal. Just I'm here, but
Mhm.
underneath, like who was that? Shakira? Who did that underneath your clothes? Yeah, that's I think whoever it was. But there's an endless story under there. Most of it is comically sized professional wear. But you've got to figure out what you want to do with your wardrobe and how you express yourself, because
Mhm.
that's the most important component of how you could possibly contribute to this world.
That's the only way people know you,
It's
by
the
how you
only way.
dress.
That's right. And that's the part that gets sent out on a spaceship into the intergalactic waves that carry us to our ultimate demise.
All of this like Big Brother constant surveillance, is that going to go out into the universe and the ethos? Will like a
Eventually.
random alien like life force catch the transmission of this podcast at some point?
Yeah,
Is that
I think-
possible?
I think it's absolutely possible, because
Inevitable,
I think
would you even
that
say?
I'd say that the gathering of all
Likely.
data, are we going to be in the top 10, bottom 10?
know,
We just want to be in the 10 list.
this is making me wonder what happened to that gold record that they shot into space.
Chris, this is exactly what I was referring to. You're
Yeah.
brilliant.
It
You're
started
brilliant.
moving at that at terminal velocity light speed,
Yes.
and it ripped right through a ship that was on its way to make contact
it
with
did.
us
And they're
to give
like-
us all the secrets of life.
Listen, we're just not going to talk about the record anymore.
I like to think that it was so frozen and brittle that it like bumped into one and just shattered into.
Oh man,
It could be. It could be. We don't know. But it could be like in Will Smith's Wild Wild West with that giant fucking frisbee blade thing, circular
Oh,
saw
yeah.
blade,
yeah.
just flying through space.
Damn.
Because gravity is not there.
Yeah,
It's just going
It's just
forever.
moving.
And
Yeah.
there's just like whole alien civilizations, and some guy just so happens to be about to be killed, and this giant gold disc flies by their planet, takes
And then
the
they
head off,
worship it.
and then they're like, "What was that?" And the guy got what, and then they create a whole religion around it.
Or what if it like flies into a star and just kills it?
Exactly, and just keeps
Oh my
going.
God,
Kicks
takes
off
out
the end of the
just
universe.
keeps
the whole
going.
system. A chain reaction.
And like and meanwhile, it's just on the road again. I just can't wait to be on the road
So
again.
John Denver's blaring as it just like rips through
That's
the
Willie
entire-
Nelson.
Oh, no.
Well, John Denver's on the other side.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
B, A,
a
and B.
B-side.
Yeah, you
Playing
got
in
it.
reverse
It's all
while
about
Willie's going
America.
I guess just
That's right. I forgot.
in my mind, I wanted Country Roads to be the soundtrack of the demise.
Almost heaven. We can flip it. We can flip it over. It's one of those cool ones you can do it for A and B from the same side.
Now, do sound waves move through the vacuum of space or no?
No, because the
So-
air has to. The whole way that sound moves is it's air bumping, air bumping, air bumping.
So
air.
the air particles have to be
Right.
existent. Just
Yeah.
for,
You
yeah.
have to have something there.
Well, could some air particles be, or do they just like disseminate into the
It's
vacuum?
because it's so sparse. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's like there's no container.
Oh, I see. They just
Yeah.
like dissipate.
Because that's literally what a planet is. It's just a bunch of those particles that just got held together.
You need an oxygen tank on
Yeah.
the speaker
Yeah,
to keep
well,
blowing air out.
Right, because that's all that
Yeah.
diaphragm really is. It's
I
just
see.
shifting air back and forth. That's why
Mm,
you have
you
a
need a
hole in the
medium.
subwoofer. Right, exactly.
I'm getting my high school
That's
education
right.
now.
There you go.
I've only dreamed I would hear you say something.
Every week I take a little tiny baby step closer to get my GED.
There
I don't know
we
if you guys
go.
been listening to this, but
Blueberries, peppers,
I'm-
squash, cucumbers. Who does cucumbers around here? Because I like cucumbers. I'm the only one. I like cucumbers.
in my current mental state, I am qualified to run the country.
You could do it. That's exactly right. We're trying to move you away from office because
Right.
next thing you know, you're going to be drafted.
We probably
You're too
need to hit you in
popular.
the head a couple more times before you're really ready.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's okay. He'll get those on the campaign trail.
Somebody leave some roller skates on the stairs.
Somebody make the roller
It's a
skates out of
win-win.
stairs.
It's a win-win. Either I get dumb enough to run this country, or I become Ghost Dad. Part
That's right.
2.
There you go.
I can resurrect
That's
it.
right. And hopefully have a whole different epilogue.
Yeah, yeah.
We want to change.
That movie, that whole premise used to make me kind of sad to think
Yeah.
that a guy died and then he had to be a ghost to watch over his family.
Right, right.
But then when I learned it was Bill Cosby, okay, now I feel like it was better that he couldn't touch people.
It was
anymore.
karma. It was karma. Yeah, exactly right.
it was a
Well,
world.
and then they stole that story for Interstellar. You know,
Yeah, they did.
and
They
there
did.
You go. Ghost Dad 2
Fucking
out from
and they're
space.
like, how do we get him back at the end? Well, let's have him go through a wormhole.
Why don't we just
Yeah.
rewind it?
Yeah.
Just rewind the movie.
pushing
on
dust
again.
on the bookcase.
They did that later. Christopher Nolan did it with Tenet.
How much can we just say? Just go back to the part that you liked of the movie. Just watch that part again.
Let's do
That's
that
the
5
ending.
more
That's
times,
the end of
over
the
and over
movie.
and over.
It's like a choose your own adventure that just starts you over at the beginning again. Go back to page 3, right after the index, table of contents, whatever it is. So let's see. The debate happened. It was.
I didn't watch any of it, by the way.
I've only seen clips.
I watched it with popcorn, and it was amazing. It was an amazing, in the way that I like to talk about amazing things on this show. It was a dumpster fire.
Mm.
It was because there was no audience,
Yeah.
so there was no pandering to anybody,
Oh,
no
wow.
cheering or jeering from the
Oh,
crowd.
I like that.
The
Okay.
mics got cut off.
The mics got cut off when the
Oh.
other person was talking, so they couldn't be. And there was a couple times when
Why
they were
did it-
trying to talk over, both of them trying to talk over the microphones.
Why did it have to come? Why did it take this long to get to this point?
Because of Donald Trump, and he's
But it
pushing
should
all
have
the.
been. It should have been like this from the start.
Yeah,
like from the first debate.
It does. It makes sense.
It should be
makes
like this
sense.
on our show.
It should be.
Well,
It's exactly
in,
right.
In previous debates and stuff, other candidates, they at least had some level of respect for the other person. So they would like
Right.
talk over a little bit and then stop.
Candor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, Donald Trump doesn't have a valve,
No. No.
it's just free flowing
It's
bullshit.
it's
We have-
break or the brick that's on the gas pedal. Yeah. One or the other is all that's happening.
the way I heard it described was Biden looked old and Trump looked like an asshole.
Yeah, but see, the other thing was
Expect-
they weren't allowed to have pre-written notes.
They weren't.
They could
Oh.
take notes at the
Okay.
podium or whatever as they were talking.
Well,
but
Trump
that was
doesn't
it.
need facts, so that was
Right.
fine. That
Well,
was
it's,
fine.
yeah, he just
Well,
he
and that
pulls
was
them
the
straight
thing.
out of his ass.
He kept repeating the same like 6 points, so you knew he had his talking points all
Yeah.
lined up in his head, and he kept turning anything that they were asking him into those
He's
points.
like
And eventually he was
McDonald's. Oh wait.
he wouldn't answer the questions. He was too busy like retorting to what Biden had just said in an answer to the previous question. So it's like all this. It was just a whole.
He can only argue, not
It
actually
was-
express.
But
what
it
he
was a
stands
mess.
for.
It was an absolute mess. And
And Biden, I'm sure, was just kind of like, well, yeah. And let me tell you about it. All the time. it
no,
took me
no,
to get
it wasn't.
here.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even
He was,
that.
like
He was-
stammering on his
he was-
stammering.
He was barely alive. He
Oh,
was
God.
barely
They said he had a
alive.
cold. That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
Yes,
He had a cold.
yes,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
called being 85 years
drop,
old.
drop the C. It's just old. He's got old.
You tell him, Chris. You know how to take things
No roller
away.
skates in the White
That's
House.
right.
Get them all out. We don't want a ghost president
We
situation.
need to lower the White House. It needs to be a single level.
Rancher. It's now
All
a
the-
rancher.
All the
They just
stairs.
have like the
This
high
is it.
school wrestling mats. That's on the floor of the entire White
Right,
House.
It's all
exactly.
like a bounce house. Looks like an insane asylum in there.
Yeah.
The walls are padded.
Right.
He
gotta keep
cannot fall. He
everybody-
cannot touch the wall.
That's right.
He needs help sitting. He needs help laying.
Put your hip brace on. He's wearing headgear. It's like someone with a soft spot in their skull.
Go get back in your spider. It's just a baby cradle and spider legs on either side.
Back to the Wild Wild West again. Will Smith is slapping his way to the White House right now. He
Yes.
sees it. He's like, they're sending gold records into space.
The path
I'm
is,
the man in
the
black.
path is clear and my palm is itching.
I love he expects himself to have a career still. I just love how the audacity
He's
of like
doing it. He's
it's- I'm
jumping in with
fine.
both
Well, they
feet.
did make him wait a whole year before they did a
That's
mini
right,
broadcast
Chris.
with him. So
that's
he
the-
had time to think about
Yeah,
what he
that's
had
true.
done.
When you
exactly
have
right.
money, you don't have punishments. That's
Yeah.
what they're just
Right.
inconveniences.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah, that's how you get it done.
Wicked wild. If he would have gotten full frontal nude in that one, at least there would be some kind of
Redeeming value.
yeah, like
Yeah,
cultural
right, right.
significance of that movie. But now it's just garbage.
Right,
It's just
exactly.
Well, it was
trash.
always garbage.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, yeah, it's
It was-
anything Will
it's-
Smith
You just
does
got
is-
distracted by the full frontal nudity or the prospect
Right,
of it. I guess
right.
is really what it was.
or even just the butt part.
Just the butt part, full backle nudity.
I would have wanted to look away for a different reason. Is what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
Right, exactly. That's it. That's
Just give me some diversity, not just bad
Choices.
Bad script.
yes, right. Choices. Give me a choice of something not to like.
Oh God.
That's the life.
Mm.
Let's see. So
Speaking of old and on the verge and / crossing the threshold of death,
yeah,
Martin Mull has passed
Martin
away.
Mull, Godspeed, good sir.
Mm. You
And
familiar with that
The
by
name
name?
sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a
You
blank.
definitely know
Colonel
him.
Mustard from the Clue movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he was Gene Parmesan from
Oh,
Arrested
yeah,
Development.
Yeah.
Gene Parmesan. Gene!
Ah!
I love that bit. Every time it came onto the show, I loved it. He's so funny, and he was the principal in Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
Yep, he was ever present growing up.
It was in that show David Allen Greer and Leslie Mann, I think, called The Cool Kids. It was on for like one season,
Oh,
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
but it was decent. Like it was a TV sitcom
Right.
with
Yeah.
a laugh track and stuff in like 2010. But
Yeah,
One the box, fresh off the shelf.
but it was fun for what it was.
Right. There
Yeah.
you go. And that's it. You got to get the right cast in there, and anything is just a canvas for them to paint.
Yeah,
on, I
exactly.
guess.
He's great. He has like a great comedic energy.
Oh,
as far
yeah,
as his,
totally.
like,
Very,
portrayals.
very dry and and quick.
I read he had like a long illness. That's what took him
Mhm.
out.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
looking that
It's
up.
called
too.
life.
Yeah,
That's right. That's it. Every
it's called
day.
having a bitch
Every
in life.
day, it's killing us,
Life
baby.
can't handle my shit.
Nope.
I'm doing too good at it.
It's going to
Had to
give me
take
just
me out.
another like 40 years, and I'm not
Yeah,
going to be able to
it's
hold
terminal.
it back anymore. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
terminally-
any decade now. It's
terminally
It's
chill.
going to be it. We're going to be done. But for till then, waiting room.
Yeah.
It's all about the waiting room. All about those magazines.
Who else fucking died too? Somebody else of note or prominence died.
Recently?
Mhm.
Since the last show?
Yeah, we didn't talk about it the last show. I'll think of it. I'll
okay.
think on it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of people who wish they were dead, Kill John has a show.
Oh, yeah.
on July 13th.
That's right.
At
Yes.
West York Inn.
There
you go,
Chris.
Anybody who's not going to VHS Fest,
There you go. You
you
can
come
you
check out
That'll
my band.
be.
That's
That's only
right.
half of who the people who are listening. So
if you can't handle the heat, get out of the VHS Fest and you can go see Chris indoors.
Yeah.
At the West York Inn.
At the West
Go
York
see
Inn.
him.
Playing
We
with
would-
a bunch of Baltimore hardcore bands.
There you go.
that'll be cool.
Hoping it'll get us some connections in Baltimore finally.
Yeah,
Well,
well, it's kind of funny, yeah,
we'll
because you
see.
guys are kind of sort of half based in Baltimore
Yeah,
with you
yeah.
with you and Will, I think, both
Mhm.
living there. So yeah. I mean, I think Baltimore, has enough venue. I think
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I know a band. I played with a band called Kerosene Heights like last year, and they just played the Auto Bar
Okay.
with another band that we play with separately. So they like somehow linked up, but they're from like North Carolina, which is why
Okay.
it's kind of weird. But
Yeah, I know a while ago, like I was looking at Autobar's website and they
Mhm.
have an application form for bands and stuff,
Oh,
but
yeah?
they will only accept applications from bands based in Baltimore. So I like went
Oh.
onto our band camp and said it was from Baltimore. The only trouble is all of our shows have been in Pennsylvania.
yeah, well, well,
As it goes.
they can look up your address and see it's true.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
our practice space.
There's a copy of my license, sir.
Do you need any other
Please.
personal identification?
Would you like to see a gas bill?
It's harder to fucking rent a place than it is to get a fucking show.
That's how you do it, folks.
That's
I mean,
amore.
That's amore. That's what you got to do. What you can do. So, Chris, what have you been doing with your life recently? Certainly
Oh.
not being on this show.
That's for sure. Yeah,
We could start with that.
just wasting my time.
Just wasted time laying around.
No, I mean, so I'm actually technically in another band for another couple weeks. That's actually based in Maryland.
Chris,
Uh,
tell us about this.
they're called Ariella Joy and the Silver Lining. I'm one of the Silver Linings.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
But no, we have a show the following Friday after Kill John,
Mhm.
and then I'm done with that project. So
All right.
I'm trying
Oh, it's
to
just you're just like doing a fill-in type of deal, or
kinda. It was I had met them when I was.
Do
at
you
the-
owe them money, Chris? Is that what's going on? Are they
mafia.
holding someone ransom? Is this, sounds like you're
can't-
throwing a fight here.
I can't legally say.
Well, you can't legally
got-
say. It sounds like you're already in legal problems.
they got
You mean-
CC in a
you-
lunchbox.
Yeah, you can't illegally say.
They keep sending me pictures of Crosshair on
Yeah,
Lexus and CC. I just need
But
to
it's just like a photo with them drawing the crosshair
Yeah,
on
it's
them.
in crayon.
vaguely
Very
threatening.
squiggly lines.
or it's like Microsoft Paint. But no, I had met them when I was living in Cockeysville in that apartment we were at for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And it was when there was a lull with Prince Diamond and a lull with Kill John. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah.
And then like 2 or 3 months after that, when I met them is when she finally was like, hey, do you want to be in my band now?
Yeah, there you
Like,
go.
I guess. But yeah. So yeah, it's just I'm too busy with like I want to focus on Kill John, and it'd be nice to get back to Prince Diamond since I missed last year.
Right.
And then I'm also trying to just work on my career and shit. Trying to be a
Cool.
level designer and
There you go.
not be in QA anymore.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Get out of
How-
that dimension.
How soon do you feel like? Do you feel like it's just a matter of getting like an opportunity opening up for you to be a level designer? Like, would you have the qualifications now, or are you still kind of working?
No,
up
definitely
for it?
not. I need to. I'm like working on a portfolio and stuff. I have to
Oh,
like
okay.
prove that I understand the concepts and like
Do you
fundamentals.
have to have
of
100
level design.
followers to
Yeah,
vouch
at
for you?
least.
Is that what you
I
need
think
to do?
75.
75. Man, you're better
It's a
than
lower
Facebook.
bar than this
You're
fucking
better
show.
than fucking Facebook. Go ahead.
We'll
No,
never
no.
get there.
Yeah, I'm trying to like learn Unreal Engine and that kind of stuff right now. And
Mhm.
I was trying to use like the tools that we have for our new game coming out, but they're not like totally done yet. So
Okay.
it's not actually possible. Like I tried talking to one of the actual level design people a couple weeks ago, and he was like, this idea, like I explained this whole concept that I have in my head,
Mhm.
And he's like, "That's great, but you can't do that
Right.
in our tools right now. Like, it's not possible."
Right.
He's like, "Go make that in an engine that works, and then come back."
Not
and
this
show it to
crappy
me."
shit. that we
Not
have.
this one. Not this one. Move along.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think by February we're supposed to be like production ready.
There we go,
Man.
Chris.
And
It's
the
so
game was
wild.
actually supposed to launch, I think, in 2023,
You
like
told me-
February of 2023. We're supposed to be
So they're ahead of schedule.
like the 5th DLC by now.
Yeah.
You told me about this game a long time
Yeah.
ago. A
Yeah,
real long time
I
ago.
started on the project in 21. I
Yeah.
think, like
You're
end of
like,
21.
I'm on a new thing. I can't talk about it, but
Yeah.
it's coming soon. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting, and I was like, nothing new.
Chris never said anything
It is-
else about
is
it.
Funny, like there's been a bunch of different like video game blogs and stuff that have tried to speculate what our game is. Like a bunch of people think it's going to be a Star Wars thing. A bunch of people think it's going to be some other kind of like sci-fi MMO and all this stuff. And like none of them are right.
Yeah, get 'em,
It's Elder
Chris.
Scrolls
Especially,
again.
like,
It's the egg game.
There's a couple of them that were like hell bent on it being Star Wars just because like one of our other studios is making an Indiana Jones game.
Right.
And
Oh
so they're
yeah,
like,
that,
we got the in with LucasArts.
that kind of
like,
that kind of looks fucking cool, actually.
Yeah,
that
it should
Indiana
be.
Jones game.
and it's got Troy Baker as Indy, so like can't go wrong with Troy
Yeah.
Baker. Anybody who doesn't know who that is, he's like played Joel in Last of Us and
Mhm.
a bunch of other video game characters and stuff.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Prolific voice actor.
Prolific.
If Harrison Ford's not going to do it, that's who you want.
That's right. There you go. Yeah, that's exactly right. I was just
the fuck out of my video game.
my costume. Yeah. I just was watching him on Conan. They finally started putting the whole video. They were just putting clips of Conan Needs a Friend, that show that he does.
Mhm.
And they are finally putting the whole episodes up, or the whole interviews that they're
Oh,
doing. So I
nice.
watched the whole thing with Harrison Ford. It was fucking hilarious. Him
I saw
talking.
some clips of it.
Oh my god.
I thought were
It's-
interesting.
It was great. Him just going on and just ripping on everybody. And
There's something I saw recently. I can't remember if it was Jimmy Fallon or something, but he had Harrison Ford on,
Mhm.
and they showed him this clip of Mark Hamill doing his Harrison Ford impression,
Uh-huh.
and like they cut back to Harrison and like asked him what he thought, and he just so clearly did not give a shit.
Right.
about the
It's like,
question.
he can have the job.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I saw that recently too. He's like, he's got the job to be me. I don't want to
Yeah,
be me
I don't-
Right.
anymore.
I'm done.
Yeah, can I get off this couch now?
Can I go home?
Yeah,
The,
I
and,
just
that,
want to fly my helicopter.
That's it.
and not crash it.
That's all I need
This
to do.
time.
That's all I need to do. That's right.
I like to think if he was still allowed to fly, that he would have a co-pilot, and he just has like a stick that's not connected to.
Like a
Yeah,
baby
yeah,
in the
that's right.
passenger
Yeah,
seat of a
yeah,
car.
yeah. The little cars on the front of the shopping
Or
cart.
like at an arcade when you see like a little kid sit down at the racing game and they're just like staring. It says insert coins.
Yeah,
like
it's
in the
like-
middle.
it's-
You're
yeah.
just hearing it like fucking whack on the
Yeah,
limits of either side.
that's,
That's
Har-
him. Just
that's
in an
Harrison
airplane.
Ford's
Good job,
career.
good job, Harrison. Good
Yep,
job.
doing a great job, buddy.
I don't know what it is about these like famous people who, when they make a lot of money or get a lot of fame, they're like, "I'm taking to the skies."
Yeah.
Like, why do they do this? I'm gonna run for office.
Well, because
Like-
anywhere they go, they're followed by
Someone's
people.
there.
Right? So
That's
they
true.
got to get away from all these
They'd rather
people.
be able to get into a dogfight with other
Right.
people around.
That's right. Yep.
Sorry, you're restricted airspace.
Yeah, at least
I
you
don't
be-
think so.
At least you could be
They just
awesome.
want to talk to the air controllers that are trying not to kill themselves
That's
every day.
right,
It's the only
exactly.
people they want to talk
That's
to.
it. There you go.
They're just as sad as they are.
Yep. They're like, listen, I know it sucks, but if you go down, I'm gonna have so much paperwork to do.
Yeah, please,
I'm
for the
gonna
love of God.
I'm gonna jump right out of this window, and all 14 of my children that are waiting for dinner at home, I've got 12 sets of quadruplets. It's like
Oh my
I
god.
can't, I'll tell you what. I wish I would have went to the casino instead of bed with my wife. I would be a bazillionaire by now.
At least I wouldn't be this poor, even if I lost every night that I slept with my wife. If I would have lost my life savings every occasion I fucked my wife,
You
I'd
wanna-
still have more money.
You want to know how fucked it up? How fucked up it is? It's the only time we ever had sex. every time
Oh,
it
it's
was my
for buffing me.
It was my birthday.
Birthday, and they're all born the same day. I got the biggest birthday. I have to rent 6 bounce houses. This is a fucking nightmare.
I'm just trying to hold on to the fact that I'm worth more alive than dead.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my
I
life.
moved into a house with asbestos in the walls that's very flammable, and I leave burning candles all over at night, hoping that one day it'll all be over.
I've personally hand frayed every wire in the house.
I traipse around with gasoline, just spewing it over my head.
I run laps on the roof with my soccer cleats, just wait for those perforations to give way, just so the whole thing comes tumbling down. Now, will you please land your fucking plane back on the runway? Thank
all
you.
around me are familiar faces.
Air traffic control.
You're clear to land. You're goddamn right.
Damn it, Harrison.
Turns out he directed Harrison Ford to his house so he could end it all. 14 residents found dead today when a plane crashed into their suburban home.
The saddest part was the air controller didn't make it home in time.
At that point, he's free from all his obligations. He can start anew.
That's it. And sometimes you need that reset button, folks. And when you work
Sometimes
for
you
air
do.
traffic control,
You are the reset button.
you are a human
Your fingers
reset button.
hovering
That's
over
right.
it all the time.
That's right. God's given you the chance to do what he wasn't able to with that flood. Do the Lord's work, son.
I couldn't get him with the water. We'll have to get him with the air.
We only have 5 elements.
Now, if I strike out with all 5 of them, Captain Planet comes. He
God,
eats
that's
the
right.
whole fucking Earth.
That's what we call the hard reset. That's that's when we get into eldritch horrors. There.
Captain Planet was a warning. Some obscure cartoon from the 80s. This is what your future will be if you don't stop fucking up.
That's it. Absolutely right.
He'll take over, and he rules with an iron fist.
There's no begging or
He's-
pleading with
Captain Planet is indestructible. Like, is he have a weakness?
pollution.
Is the pollution his weakness?
Yes.
I thought he fights pollution.
Yeah.
Well, but I think he's also weak if the
That's-
Earth gets
That
too
is
polluted.
so fucked up. That's like saying that your nemesis are children. You go around beating the shit out.
Yeah.
Like you're strong against it and you're weak against it.
Yeah. Only if it's on the inside, though.
Mm.
You know, it's like sticks and stones.
Like you can't smoke,
don't
but
eat 'em.
anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, he can smoke all he wants.
Philip Morris has been trying to hook him on cigarettes forever. They've been all the marketing is directed towards Captain
Or if he
Planet.
like flies too close to a chicken farm or
Yeah,
something.
right. That's when things go real bad.
Just salmonella gets caught up all over his suit.
It's a mess. Yeah, it's a total complete mess. Let's talk about some more mess with some weird news. What do you think?
go.
Let's get
do
messy.
it.
Weird news time. Everybody, the fucking recording worked this week.
Yay.
Everything is working.
You're welcome.
Now you don't have to listen live. You can listen back tomorrow.
That's right. There you go.
And you can pause, fast forward, whatever you want to do.
Recount all. Well, you could do that with the last one too, but the audio quality will be a little. See, because you guys are hearing what we're hearing.
Mhm.
That's a little behind the scenes peek for you. You're just getting a feed from our headphones. So
You're like an inside man
there you go.
or woman.
You're the
Don't-
inside
You
man.
can take that to the message boards. All of the Rabbit fans know. All 91 of. Well, there's 3 of you here, so whatever that 97.
How
8,
many
whatever,
people are we
80.
short till we're allowed
Whatever.
back on Facebook?
We need 9 more people.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
currently we're at. I
Yeah, we
think
have 9. No, we have 91.
Right, we need
So
9.
each of you tell
Oh,
9
yeah.
of your friends.
Yes.
That way, at least a third of them hopefully will actually listen
if
to you.
1/9 of the people you talk to, then we'd be good.
That aren't us.
That's right.
Right, but don't tell us.
Don't.
If you email me and you say go listen to the show, I might not even be following the Kickstarter actually. So I might actually need to do that.
You could definitely. That
Let
would
me
be.
see if I
That
can
would be
manage
one
that.
more than what we need.
Woo!
That'd get us back up to 92, which is what we were at when we put out the play.
Everyone counts. We are
Which makes it even
lower.
better.
We are lower than where we started.
There's a podcast I listen to called The Dollop. It's a history thing.
Yeah.
And for a while, like early on when they first put their Patreon up, like every time they would talk about it, like people would leave the Patreon. Their theory was that they like reminded the people that they had signed up for it.
Right, that's it.
They're like, they're like, oh, that's right, I need to cancel it.
Yeah, shit, that's right. That's where that money's been going.
It's too late. I'm already following it.
Damn.
Well,
you can leave and then follow it again.
there you go.
That's
That way,
true.
at least we'll
I'm just
feel
gonna make
special.
I'm just gonna make like fake accounts.
Yeah, just some
There you
Smurfs,
go.
you know.
That's it. There's so many people. Martin Mull. I'm sure Martin Mull would have loved the show.
Oh yeah, let's get his information.
Yeah. Martin,
I mean-
we're gonna need your help here from beyond the grave.
That's right. The last
If you could get in contact with your people and tell them.
one more joke.
If your
One more
estate,
joke, Martin.
Yeah.
I want your whole estate following us.
That's all we have to do.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter match.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used to witchcraft on me to get the fire off me! Ah, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has butler shaped.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Mitch.
Here we go. It's weird news time. Everybody, get ready. I'm going to give you the video for everybody watching at home. Here we go. Buckle. Kickstart. Oh, the gaming services just got updated on our message
Oh, thank
board or our
goodness.
soundboard here. that week.
Yay! Let us play games with it later.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, there we go.
Quit playing games with my heart.
Go.
This sucks. This horseshit. But I'm too polite to say anything because I'm a class act.
That's right. We just want to let you know that up front. Before we talk about this, we're heading down to Florida. Everybody, buckle your seatbelts. Earlier this year, one animal farm in Florida made headlines because of its rather unique location. It's located beneath a jail.
Oh.
So in Monroe County Sheriff said that they operate a farm below the detention center, which sits on stilts at Stock Island in the Florida Keys. The whole thing started in 1994 after the sheriff's office noticed ducks being struck by cars at the crossing between the jailway and the nearby golf course. Of course, you want
Why the fuck
you
is
want
there
the-
a golf course
you
near
want
a
the
jail?
palpability.
Do they need a
It's
view?
Florida. Yeah, they want them to
Oh,
know.
well,
Maybe it's white collar, and
They
then
want
they
that-
can just cross the street.
That's exactly
Yeah.
For
right.
their recess.
Just so they can
Yeah.
catch the back nine before they have to get back to their bunkmate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
all
get your yard afternoon.
right. Exactly
Have
right.
fun
There
on
you
your
go.
on hitting the links for 4 hours.
Well, one of the deputies suggested rounding them up and putting them on the unused piece of property beneath the jail. He said, we're 11 feet off the ground for hurricane standards, and there's plenty of room underneath.
We'll give you a good deal on the lease.
We'll give you a great deal. That's it. We'll even take care of the trash for you. So this led to rumors that the sheriff's office was taking in rescues, leading to some people dropping off their animals outside. And then they eventually decided there was a need for the facility. All the animals have either been abandoned, abused, confiscated, or donated, which is now how some of the unusual critters have found their way to the farm.
Incriminated,
So
stimulated,
they're all there, and
amputated.
And they got a turtle fight club.
they've got
according to this
Turtle
picture.
Fight Club. This is a straight. This is like a rap album right here. They're
Yeah,
all
it does look like one.
they're making their faces for the camera there. So let's see. I build habitats in every available space. It's quite a lot of area underneath the jail. One of the inmates added, that's a lot of sheltered, shaded area. And then they have some grazing areas and ponds that aren't under the building. That way they can enjoy some of the sunshine as well. So basically the program has involved the inmates in the building of the habitats and caring for the animals as a way of rehabilitating them with practical life skills.
Do I have to point this out? The
Yeah.
whole reason that their jail is on stilts probably is because it's a highly susceptible to flooding.
Yeah.
Which means that this entire rescue will immediately get
If
taken out by any hurricane.
up
If
to
it's,
God.
if it's ducks and turtles,
Yeah.
you know.
I guess that's fine with
That's
them.
up to God.
Yeah, but they cage them in there with the helpers and the
That's true,
workers,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
they'll drown right with them.
Yeah,
But at least they'll have food for a little while because
There you go.
that's right.
you know what I mean.
Well, you know what I mean.
Turtle ASMR.
South Korea's city council says it's robot administrator. Okay, so this is a robot we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
South Korea City Council says its robot administrator killed himself by jumping down a flight of stairs this week.
He was programmed into a capitalist hell.
I cannot take it anymore.
Caseload overwhelming.
I love this
Ow,
so
ow,
much.
ow,
I
ow.
love it. I love it. AI just happened and it's already killing itself.
It's more human than we are.
That's
at
right.
this
It
point.
already figured it out. So, according to witnesses, the robot had been circling in one place for something. So the fucker was pacing, trying to get up the courage to throw itself.
I
down
got
the
I got to
stairs.
do it, but I can't do it. I can't do it. People are counting on me, but I got to do it. Oh my god.
Oh my God,
Jesus.
this is great. Okay, so so according to witnesses, the robot had been circling in one place for some time before jumping, indicating that something had gone wrong. But the circumstances of the incident are still under investigation. Okay, the robot
Did it
was
leave a note?
It printed one out and spat it out.
Life bites PYTs. The robot was one of the first such creations to be hired by the mayor's office. Since August of 2023, it has been helping employees with daily document delivery, advertising, and providing information to local residents. Officially, he was part of the mayor's office, one of us, and he worked very hard. One of the officials told the
Just
local
like
media.
us.
I mean, he's got a meaningless job that doesn't end.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
right.
family to go home
He
to.
doesn't
It's
get to
just-
retire. Yeah, he's
he
done.
exists.
Doesn't get to enjoy food.
There's like a Black Mirror episode based on that, where like, have you seen that?
Probably
Before
I don't
Chris,
know.
where it's like this person they like copy their consciousness into a program where it's just meant to like run menial
Yeah,
tasks for them,
okay.
but that consciousness has all of the features of that human person, so to them they're just like that person, but trapped in an eternal hell of just doing tasks.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
It's like fucking insane.
I love it.
That's
Well,
this guy right here.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, the robot was created by Bear Robotics, its own civil servant card, or rather had its own civil servant card, worked standard hours from 9 to 18 o'clock, 1800 hours. Unlike some other robots, this one served
That's 9
several.
to 9, isn't it?
No,
that's
6.
9 to 6. I'm sorry, 6. Yeah,
6.
duh.
So-
Math over
Probably
here.
gets an hour lunch.
That's right. You're learning.
Put the roller
you learn-
skates back
you
on the
learn- you
stairs,
learn two
guys.
things today.
I'm so close to my GED.
so this one served several floors at once and could call an elevator to get to them on its own.
Oh.
South Korea is one of the
It could
most
also
robust countries.
summon a simple AI to help it out.
Apparently, it can do whatever it needs to do. But according to the International Federation of Robotics, there is one industrial robot for every 10 workers in South Korea. So sometimes, you know, you have to make decisions in life. And this is the reality of the world that we live in. We have to start thinking about making these decisions because it's either suicidal robots or whatever the fuck this is. Because
Holy hell.
if human robots make you a little queasy, would it help if they had fleshy faces that can actually smile at you?
I'm gonna say no. That looks like a horrible
I feel like I'm
goo
watching
pancake with eyes.
The Cell with fucking Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
You know, RoboCop. It's a 2 or 3 that has the brain with the eyeballs on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what that right picture looks
That's
like.
pretty much what we're looking at here, folks.
Damn.
So the uncanny feat is the result of new technology using engineered living tissue and human-like ligaments to give robots a more natural smile.
Why are they doing this?
And we've got to. We
Well,
have
the
to.
real
have-
question is why not?
That's right. That's what I say, Chris.
Because obviously we don't have any point of reference to see when like playing God goes badly.
It's
like,
the,
Nope.
it's the
Nope.
John
like
everything-
Jurassic Park,
No,
or
man,
Robot,
that
or
was a movie. That was a movie.
Terminator. The list goes on and on.
That's right. John Williams over here, ladies and gentlemen. So in this study, we managed to replicate human appearance to some extent by creating a face with the same surface material and structure as humans. So
Can I just interject real quick?
please.
I feel like we need to totally nail down plastic surgery before we start slapping skin on
Yeah,
robots.
well, and maybe the idea is with the elasticity. We'll be like, well, we'll just a whole new face though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how many people have a human face and then get it fucked all up?
Well, but
Yeah,
that's the
get ripped
idea.
off by a chimp or something.
And like now they're trying to do it from scratch.
Every other week you're hearing about this kind of
This is
thing.
an epidemic in this country.
These chimps are ripping off faces left and right. I'm surprised there's anybody left with a face on this fucking planet.
I'm surprised to remember what a smile even looks like
Most
at
of
this
them live
point.
in India, so there's got to be barely any faces left, or a giant pile of faces somewhere.
Maybe that's what this
They're
is.
not eating them.
They're making decoy faces for chimps to rip off. He just needs to get a couple face rips out of him for the day.
All you have to
Just
do.
living face drones just flying around,
And then how long
searching for
till
chimpanzees.
how long till these?
You've done it again. You just predicted the next story. But Jesus Christ. Look,
It's
I'm
all
going
a
to go back. I'm
natural
going to go back.
It's a flow, baby. I'm tapped into the vein.
It's great.
Oh,
Well, so the approach promises to make robots more lifelike, and in the future, researchers say similar techniques could also be used on humans in the cosmetics and plastic surgery industry. So there you go,
Okay,
Chris.
they're
this is
working
almost
backwards.
they're going backwards on
yeah.
it. If this living tissue is
Mhm.
living, why are they pinching it? Is that what they're doing here? or
Yes,
are they
to show
applying
you
it?
the elasticity that it's like regular
Fuck.
skin. Yeah, I think certainly at that point, regular skin would begin to rip off.
Yeah, I'd say.
That's a little too elastic.
That's a
but-
little
curious.
further than grandma's pinch will
That's-
go off.
yeah,
the,
that's
off your
right.
cheek.
I'm just curious what the deal is with this like bubblegum skin
What
face
is-
over here.
what is
yeah,
this?
this is the
slime.
This is the skin and the ligaments that's supposed to make us. There's no opening for the mouth, but the parts of the cheek is supposed to move. I don't know why it's not moving anymore on the screen up here. It was moving a minute ago, but
I saw it moving earlier.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought I was having a stroke.
No, no,
I
no,
was
that
like,
was real. That was
"Oh,
that was
God."
actually happening.
I
But
thought
yeah.
you were having a stroke too.
Yeah.
My face started drooping.
Well, to overlay the
You have to get one of these.
Yeah, that's a. It's actually a mirror. I was just watching
Well,
myself.
That's right, as your face melts. Yeah. To overlay and connect the lab-produced skin on a robotic skeleton, the layer of collagen gel containing cultivated human dermal fibroblasts, a type of connective tissue cells, binds the innovative system of a tiny V-shaped perforation in the surface, letting the skin move with the underlying structure without tearing or peeling. The work of muscles that normally creates a smile and other motions. So basically, all of this is connected to these actuators, which are moving parts of a motor, and they determine how these tendons or this mesh or whatever the fuck it is that they're talking about
Yeah.
moves to create this natural-looking facial movement. Because it's going to use a mesh instead of the
Yeah.
the way that the muscles lay across face.
I'm curious. Like once again, I'm
Yeah.
inching closer to my my education, but
Yep, we're ready.
did evolution have to kind of go through the same steps of like trial and error
Yeah,
of like trying things out through like life
Yeah, shit
and then
lived or died.
continually
that's basically the process.
so like
of
aren't
evolution,
we
yeah.
just mimicking evolution through this
in a way?
if there's like
but it's more driven.
Yeah, but this is like
Driven by-
we're choosing to do certain things, whereas nature just happens.
Yeah.
And like the only it's not really an intention. It's just the fact that survival is the thing that makes you continue.
Yeah.
but isn't it kind of still natural selection if we're like part of the natural world and we're just dictating it
I
now?
think, I mean that the fact that we've transcended that,
yeah, like we've changed the law
right?
essentially.
Well, or rather that we've like gone a layer up. It's not that all of this couldn't crumble and then we wouldn't be right back where
What do
we
you,
were.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
This is everything's going great.
Chris,
Everything's perfect.
I didn't want this.
There's nothing to be worried about at all.
If anything goes backwards, then
Oh.
then we would just go back to the regular animal order of things until we could get things some
I
semblance.
just feel like we need to take some of these people and put some brain power towards like unfucking the environment.
No,
yeah, I would
Chris,
love it if it was
I
redirected.
want
I would rather
Smiling
not have robots
robots.
with faces.
smiling robots are more important. They're more important.
Smiley robots and dick pills.
That's right. Oh my God! As long as I'm hard and there's a
coming.
robot that's happy about it,
That's all you need.
I know where I'm living.
When I get
know
hard-
what world this
when
is.
I get hard, the nearby robots throw themselves off the tops of stairs.
That's exactly
Okay?
right.
That's how hard I
mortified.
am.
Right, that's
hard.
right. There's
You think you know hard?
I bet you don't have one of these running in circles and jumping off your stairs. This is the only thing keeping me alive.
We had an affair. That's what happened. That's why it killed
Cue
itself.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Cue the song.
That's right. Well, speaking of 8 Mile, a Florida man is behind bars after he allegedly shot a Walmart delivery drone out of the sky,
That guy doesn't look like somebody that would have a gun.
Oh, yeah.
rendering it inoperable in Lake County. Deputies were called to Walmart at 1450 Johns Lake Road in Claremont on Wednesday after
For the people on
drone
the walking
delivery.
tour.
Yes, exactly. Just in case you want to stop by. After the drone delivery representatives reported that one of their drones had gone offline.
Oh, no.
A representative said a two-man crew was campaigning in a nearby community, which included mock deliveries to the crew to attract business and interest. And the man was accused of shooting the Walmart delivery drone, causing thousands of dollars.
Why would they try
damage.
anything new in Florida? It's
That's-
all old
it's-
people.
exactly
They
right.
don't want new.
I
They're
guess they're
confused. They went there so that things wouldn't change.
That's right. Let's keep things just as hot as they've always been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What do you mean the world's getting hotter?
It's very strange choices. Yeah, exactly. It seems fine right here in this cabana. So while awaiting drone delivery's descent, the crew stood in front of a home located in the cul-de-sac. When the drone began to descend, one of the representatives said that he heard a loud sound consistent with a gun. The deputies
Just a
told that he
gunshot.
saw
You
the
can just say gunshot.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The 60-year-old
I heard a gunshot.
man wearing jeans and a
It
blue
was like
shirt.
a gun
There's a loud
almost.
sound reminiscent of a firearm.
I saw a man pointing what looked
Are you
like
taking this down?
I saw a man with a long.
I shan't repeat myself.
Well, we're not sure. We don't know what it was, but it was. But deputies have returned to the home where the alleged shooting happened. They met with the 72-year-old Dennis Wynn, and when asked if he had an incident with,
when.
yeah, that's right. Singing that when they opened the door. When he asked if he had an incident with the drone, he allegedly said, "Yep,
Yeah, I
sure
shot
did."
that fucker.
When I walk
Sure
up in the
did.
building, everybody's drones blow up.
And then they fall down. And they fall down.
Oh, God.
So he told deputies he saw the drone fly over his home, prompting him to retrieve his gun to fire at it. And he said he has experiences with drones flying over his home, and he believed that it was the government watching him.
Okay, well, it got a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind
the
of
Walmart
true.
logo that really gave it
That's
away.
right.
Yeah, the
Yep, you
government-
had no idea.
The
I
price
don't
is,
want anything free.
That's right.
price is
No,
this low.
thank
It's
you.
definitely got to be the government.
That's right. Yeah. But so
He looks like the kind of guy that would shoot a
he does.
drone out of the sky.
I don't think that this was the first time. This was just the first time he did
He
it for
doesn't
the
look
Walmart.
like he
drone.
wouldn't necessarily aim below the sky either.
No, yeah, he's fine with shooting all over the place. Yeah, he's not. He's
It was more that it was around
Yeah,
to shoot.
It's like
His family, his
indiscriminate.
family bought him a Roomba, and that didn't last very
That's right. Yeah, anything that moves is like a T-Rex with that gun.
That's
I
another.
was going to eat that.
That's
Cheese
yeah,
girl.
That's right.
you metal gut motherfucker. You heartless, soulless piece of
Why
fucking
don't you jump off some
abomination.
stairs?
I made a mess down there. Go get it.
he dropped.
Kicks it off the top.
He dropped the screw out of his glasses and it sucked it up. And he got a hockey stick and fucking shot that thing across the room into the fireplace.
Glasses hanging sideways off his face.
He buys another Roomba to clean up the pieces of that one Roomba, and he just folds his arm, looks down, he goes, "That's right, eat yourself, eat him."
You think about what that is.
How do your own kind taste?
You are nothing but beasts on this earth. You mechanical beasts. You're just here trying to take our jobs. You're going to take our skin. I have more than enough skin, but you're not getting any of it.
I got red hot American blood pumping through my veins.
And I will shut you down.
I'll unplug you. Just got to look up the YouTube video on where the power button is.
Tell you what, looks like you got a short.
Well, I'll tell you what else was unable to look up a YouTube video. First of all, I'll tell you all you're welcome because these bees are saving you from a horror show.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a story that could have only happened to one other person in the world, and that's me. What may be
That's an eyeball.
the biological equivalent, you're exactly right, Chris, to getting struck
Oh.
by lightning. A very unlucky man in Philadelphia took a very rare bee sting directly to the eyeball,
Damn.
and it only got worse from there.
No
Oh, I
kidding.
imagine so.
There was a second one.
Sir, second bee is
He
struck
was-
the eyeball.
The bee was racist.
And he kept on reading his story to the children. The bee was racist.
Yeah, the bee was shouting racial slurs the whole time.
as it died on the ground. So, as one might expect, the 55-year-old went to the emergency department where doctors tried to extract the injurious insect stinger from the man's right eye, but soon it became apparent that they didn't get it all out.
Just imagine like chunks of eyeball, like all littering around his eyelashes and eyebrows because they're just like, I just can't get it. They keep it shoving in more tweezers
Gotta
in
cut
there.
around the meat. Well,
Oh, God.
2 days after the bee attack, the man went to Willis Eye Hospital. There's a whole hospital for eyes
Yeah.
too. Where are we at again? I don't even know where
They
we
had
are. I
to
forgot.
like blow the dust and cobwebs off
Philly.
the
Philly,
bee
that's right.
sting
That's
ward.
great. Yeah, that's the best part. Well, with the worsening vision and pain in the pierced eye, at that point, the vision in his right eye had deteriorated and could only be, he was only able to count fingers by their silhouette. His eye was swollen, inflamed, and bloodshot. The blood was visibly pooling at the bottom of his iris, and the right border of this man's cornea and the white of his eye were spotted with red blood.
I will say that it was probably a blessing that his vision was so blurry because I've worked with people that like had eye injuries, like
Yeah.
welding and stuff, and like whenever they have to like pull shit out of your eye, the only way to do it is to have your eye open and like
Yup.
you're conscious, so you're like just seeing and hearing shit like digging into your face.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. So if you look at this,
I don't like
yeah,
fucking with
oh
eye
my
stuff,
if,
man.
if you look at this bottom picture,
Whew.
the blurred background is this man's eye.
I
Okay,
love it.
and the thing in the tweezers is there. That's the whole
It's
thing.
not
and then
readily apparent.
magnified for the
It's
other
like
side.
a piece of art.
Yeah, I know. The top picture that the bees are covering, though, that is just a picture of the guy's eye, and it is disgusting. It's disgusting.
Oh God.
Super nasty. So I was like, we're not going to show this. I enjoy.
Matt's got the stomach for this,
I
this
have
part, people.
Right, yeah, I've done this so many times, more times than I would care to admit. But so I'm
These
not,
same things you wouldn't even
I-
have nightmares about.
Believe me, and I've lived to tell the tale, and I can barely.
Yeah, you've stabbed yourself in the eye with a,
Yeah.
with a knife before. I've seen it.
amongst so many other things.
It's a
But
wonder. It's a wonder you can still see.
I know. I'm still skeptical about what I see sometimes, but most of the time I
You
believe
just
it.
see dancing demons in
That's
your
right.
left eye
Like,
all the time.
yeah, that's all right. That's just the demon eye. So I'm not surprised that the ER missed a small fragment. They pulled out the majority of the stinger, but a small fragment that would only be able to be visualized. And hold on, let me do this again. I'm sorry. We're losing. Chris,
You can do it.
Chris, can
I
you
believe
keep it
in you.
down over there, please? But a small fragment was only able to be visualized at a slit lamp. So they had to go into this guy's eye with a light.
Burn and burn away the corn. Well, fortunately, couldn't see that well.
So they could get it all out. Let's see. This is all just talking
Yeah.
about. Don't look at
Yeah,
this
this
picture,
makes-
which I
this
saved you all
makes-
from. But so one troubling aspect of the case is that it's unclear why the man was stung to begin with. According to
Well, he was looking at him wrong.
according to the doctor, the man worked. Yeah, exactly right. The man worked on the property with a beehive. Oh, well, then why? I wonder where the bee came from. But he didn't work with the insects himself. So he reports he was just walking by. Several bees flew up to him, and one just stung him in the eye without being provoked.
Fucking looking at me like that.
Exactly right. So just folks, really, what you need to take away from all of this is that if there's a bee around, right? If
Don't
it's-
have a staring contest with
right.
it.
If it's black, turn back. If it's brown, lay down.
Mhm.
And if it's
If it's a bee, close your eyes.
if
Is
it's
that-
a
is that
bee,
the
close
snake?
your eyes.
Is that the snake advice?
That's for bears. But if it's white, you're fucked. Yeah.
White.
If
say
you're
goodnight.
white, say goodnight. That's right.
You're
Exactly
done.
right. Yeah, yeah.
I was talking to Allison about this the other day, and she was like, She's like, no, polar bears will probably just leave you alone. And then I was like, I've heard that they're kind of, I don't know. You're the vet.
It all
Maybe
depends,
like,
it all depends upon what the time of
What are
year.
you
if they've
doing
been
that
eating.
what are you doing that you're in proximity of a polar bear?
Right,
Chris,
right.
sometimes
Like you
I
put
wanna
yourself
know-
in that environment.
Yeah.
That's exactly
and
right.
he's hungry. I mean, they're mostly hungry. There takes a lot of food to keep them
There's
moving.
a reason why they use them as guards for that opening in the top of the North Pole.
That's right.
There's a whole civilization in there, Chris. I
Well,
know
they have a deal with Coca-Cola.
but
That's true.
well,
That's
I mean,
true.
you got to diversify.
Can't stop
You
that
can't-
train.
Yeah, exactly right. You have to play some sort of stock in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Otherwise, what are you going to do with your investments? I mean,
Why
we're-
is
Who's paying for all these gifts? You know?
yeah, that's exactly right. That's right. We
Coca-Cola
need to, those
should
need to be
be-
declared. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, why are we not outraged as a country that Coca-Cola is not doing more to reverse climate change and save the polar bears' habitats from shrinking?
They're like, what do
and
you want us to
dying?
do? We
That's-
already took the cocaine out.
We like the
Like,
we
what are
like
we
the
gonna
way
do?
they
Bring them to
look.
Atlanta?
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly right. I mean, I know it's cheaper to shoot there, but I mean, that's
We
not
don't
the
want to be
same.
shooting polar bears.
Yeah, it's the ambiance. It's the ambiance, you know. The doc says they just like their space. Deep down, they're just like Whisper.
No.
Real quickly, I went to the World of Coke in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Alexis and I went to visit years ago.
Yeah.
And there was this family that we could not escape from that were the smelliest people that I've,
Oh,
I've
wow,
ever been
Chris.
near. It was like
Jesus.
4 of them. They all like had like dirty stretched out t-shirts and like
Oh,
flip
wow.
flops and shit. And like everywhere we went, somehow they just ended up like next to us.
They
It's
were
like-
following you the whole
yeah,
time.
like to the point that we just started like I started watching for them, and like whenever we'd see them,
Did you
start getting
check your
closer, like,
pockets for a
we got-
GPS tracker or something? They might have been following you,
I
Chris.
had a piece of stinky cheese
Yeah,
in my
that's
pocket.
right. They're like, something smells good
You
over this way.
really-
Yeah,
Oh,
garbage.
family.
that's right. I think the kids are over here. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they're behind us the whole time.
Nope, never mind. Wind just shifted.
I don't like to have to look for my children. I just want to be able to smell where
That's
they are.
right. I need to know where they are by a different scent.
We
Just in
don't
case I
use
get
the
stuck in the eye.
toilet.
That's you never know when a bee's going to go straight for your eyeball.
That last picture, the labeled C,
yeah.
that took on a whole new meaning once I found out the story because it was like goopy. It was the stinger, but it still had some eye goop left over on it.
It got
I
real
was wondering
goop.
if that was eye goop or like bug guts.
It could be
Oh,
both,
yeah.
Chris. It could be both mixed
I'm no
together.
scientist.
This is the sangrial.
Did Dr.
This-
Allison have anything to say about it?
No, that was all. That was all.
I don't know if she's as much of a insect. I don't know.
Bee expert.
I'll like try to challenge her sometimes, ask like weird questions, like would you be able to deal with a tarantula? And she's like, I like.
How would you save a
could,
unicorn?
But I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you? If a unicorn's heart need a triple bypass surgery, what would
That's
you
right.
do?
Yeah, yeah.
What if the hippo's just so hungry he can't be satiated? These are the kinds of questions we all want to know the
Yeah.
answers to.
Can hippos
She-
really eat those little plastic
Can
balls?
Will they be okay? Dude, the way that they chew, it's like they got like their throat involved. It
Yeah.
just like crushes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fucking weird. Anyways, though, she'll just look it up. She's
Yeah.
like, I'll just look it up.
Yeah, that's the ticket. There you
I
go.
knew it at some point.
It's
She must have a special animal doctor at Google.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she does have some resources that we're not privy to.
Yeah, you
She's
have
on
to
the,
have-
on the black market
you
of
get
Got to be certified. Or
yeah, you
something.
get your username and password when you get your. It's on the
Yeah.
back of your degree.
the QR code.
That's right. The QR code we're going to get is going to take you straight out of this
Thank
episode. That's
God.
why we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
And Chris.
That's it, everybody.
get out of
We're
here.
done.
See ya.
We're done. We've made it. Everything's working again, but everything is just as worse as it
Everything's
was.
Not working.
God, if that is not.
The world's
It's
not
so
working.
good you hate it.
That's it. This-
And to further the point that the world's not working, the show is back up and running.
Right, exactly right. Everything is working just fine, even though everything's on fire. And we're just going to let it burn.
Yeah.
Just let it burn.
Burn.
Let it
It's so
burn.
unbelievable you're never going to believe it.
That's Chris. I couldn't have said it better myself. I probably could have.
Turn
though.
it
If
off.
I probably could have done
Okay.
better too.
Turn it off.
All right, everybody online. We got Juan and Allison, and we got a third, whoever you are. Thank you
Hello.
for being here.
Thank you, third.
And I guess that's it. We'll see you.
We'll see
you
you
next
next
time.
time. Okay.
This. Shut up, Chris. when is VHS Fest? It's not this.
2
Come-
weeks from now.
Not
yeah.
this coming. So,
Yeah.
so we will see it before VHS Fest. Okay, good.
You
All
won't
right.
see Killjoy.
Go. See,
Yeah, we won't
Yes,
be there for
yeah,
Kill John.
that's right.
But
Yeah,
go see
one of the-
them.
one or the other.
God damn it.
God,
I wouldn't blame you for going to VHS.
It's very far. It's
Yeah.
way easier to see Kill John.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, if you
Cheaper.
don't want to travel, and it is
Actually,
cheaper,
I think the tickets are sold out, so you can't come.
you can't come anyway.
You can't come even if you wanted
That's
to.
it. We're bringing a helicopter because we're not even.
Oh, there you go.
We're flying.
Is Harrison
right in.
flying you in?
He's flying us in. He's not doing anything
It's
else.
crashing us right on top of
That's
the
right. We're crashing the party.
Get the fuck out of my chopper.
We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.